Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Sherry Lord Show. We love seeing you every Tuesday, and we love our following. And please help us share our videos. We really want to expand it because we have amazing guests, and we can't wait to bring in Lee Volpe. She is amazing. You guys are going to love her. But just a note, anybody that wants to place an ad, go to www.sherrylord.com. We can help advertise you and get you out. Welcome, Lee. We're so happy to have you. By the way, Lee is a known author, coach, and speaker, and I'm telling you, she'll blow you away. She's amazing. Hi, Lee. So good to reconnect with you.
Hi, Sherry. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me this morning.
Oh, we love having you. We have some good topics to talk about, and we'll go there. But can you let our audience know a little bit about you and what you offer and about your life? Our people who watch us loves the stories. You know, how did you get where you are? You know, tell them a little bit about what you do.
Well, I am the official black sheep of my family.
Ooh.
And it's not like I ever burned down the house or did anything really extreme, okay? But compared to everybody else, I've done everything different. And everything was going to happen, it was going to happen to Lee. So because all these things have happened to me, I am here to share them with you guys and teach you guys what I've learned. And it's been a journey. I have struggled with trauma, health issues, death, you name it. And the one thing that has gotten me through all of it is humor. I laugh my butt off. I really do. I mean, one time I stepped off of a curb on my way to a cruise, and I, at the Port Authority, fell and broke both ankles.
Dude. Oh my gosh.
In the middle of the oncoming, traffic, and everybody's like, get up. And I'm like, I can't, my feet. But literally, I laughed all the way through it. There was a lot of pain and a lot of pain lessons because when you're disabled for 3 months, you sometimes don't have all the people in your life. Oops, sorry, we have a cat. Sorry.
We love animals. We love animals.
Say hi. But you learn a lot about yourself. I was young. I learned what it was like to be old. I learned what it was like to be terrified. I have a pet pig. Another thing I did differently was I couldn't have children, so I got a pig instead. And my pig is currently, my mini pig is 150 pounds. So they say I live on a golf course. I don't live on a farm. I don't know what I was doing. I went to my hairdresser for a perm and I came home with a pig. I mean, it's just ridiculous, but that's life and you got to laugh and roll with it. But it was really hard to find somebody to take care of me when I was completely disabled. I had a pig and a cat, as you saw. And the nurse at the hospital said to me, because I was bound, determined to go home, she said to me, what are you going to do if there's a fire? And I thought, oh my God, we're going to die. And she said, no, you're going to crawl. And it showed me not only survival, even when we are at our most handicapped, whether it's physically, mentally, whatever, that you know what we're going to do? We're going to flip and crawl is what we're going to do. We're not going to sit there and burn. So my life is all about crawling. I may not have gotten to the places I wanted to get to as fast as I wanted to, but guess what? It's not always in our timing that things happen. But I've gotten there, and I got to a place where then I was able to stand. And then I moved forward a lot faster. And then I was able to run. And so much of it came from what my brand is about, which is self-acceptance and loving yourself and empowering yourself. So that's basically who I am. I'm the black sheep that did everything supposedly wrong. It was right for me. I did it. And I am happy with who I am. And really at the end of the day, no one else can gauge, my success by their, what they think is successful. This is my life. It's
Right.
your life. So the only person that can affect it is you. That's it. You can affect it and say you're awful and you haven't gotten far enough, or you can say, look how great I'm doing and I'm going to keep on going. So it's all up to you and how you treat yourself. It really is. And I've had to learn that. I have not been my own biggest fan. I have a very self-deprecating humor, and so therefore that can get in the way sometimes. So
Wow. Yeah, you guys are gonna really enjoy her books. We're gonna be bringing that up as we are in the conversation, but we really want to talk about her topic because I think she really can explain this to help people understand and empower themselves, and why and how you should embrace empowerment starting today. I think that's so important to start now. You don't have to wait for it, but you have
right.
a unique way of explaining about confidence and empowerment and more that you were going to share with our audience and give them some tools.
I'd love to. Because I honestly think that if you can harness these things, you can literally have all your dreams come true. There's no limits. So let's talk about self-empowerment. I mean, really, it's like discovering a superpower. But instead of getting to wear a cape, you get to rock some fuzzy bunny slippers. So at least I do. So here's some things that you should embrace and sprinkle it with a little bit of humor. Number one, nobody wants to be a human doormat. Nobody. Let's face it, nobody dreams of being a doormat saying, one day when I grow up, I want everyone to walk all over me. So embracing self-empowerment means that you stand tall and you say, I am not a welcome mat. I am a freaking fabulous red carpet, baby. It's like there is a difference. So that's one. Number two, you can become your own life coach. So imagine if your life coach was actually a really sassy version of yourself. You'd get pep talks like, you can do this. Now go out there and dazzle like a disco ball. And who doesn't want to be their own personal motivational speaker? I mean, the best part is you can do it from home. You can do it in your pajamas, and nobody else needs to be a part of it but you. So number three, you're going to like this one, Sherry, and I'm sure your listeners will too. You can finally stop blaming Mercury in retrograde.
Yes.
I wrote this one just for you because I do it all the time. It's like all of a sudden the computer stops working, something breaks, something else happens, and it's just like, oh, it's Mercury. It's got to be Mercury. But the truth of the matter is Mercury's always going to be in retrograde. So let's be, blaming it on Mercury when things go wrong is like blaming your cat for knocking something off the table. I mean, self-empowerment means owning your choices. Okay. And not letting celestial bodies or cats dictate your mood.
Exactly.
So that's really important. I want to also share that number 4 would be your inner critic. We talked about this a little bit, but by practicing this, your inner critic will lose its power, which is so important because I realized that my inner critic was so nasty. I wouldn't say the things that I thought about myself to any human being. Now, why would I do that to myself, especially when I love myself? I do. I love myself. But I'm not always nice to myself. And sometimes I don't always get, the things in life that I want, or I think life should be easier or whatever. And you start blaming and then you start criticizing yourself. Well, it's because I'm not good enough at this or whatever. Oh, we got to stop all that. That is all wrong. Your inner critic needs to go bye-bye. It's like a bad karaoke singer, loud and totally off key. So, self-empowerment helps you turn down the volume and
Yeah.
replace it with a playlist of your greatest hits.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
fabulous, I'm unstoppable, I can eat this entire pizza. So, and number 5, I like to say, is you'll become a magnet for awesomeness. You so will. Seriously, confidence is like a magnet. The more you empower yourself, the more professional and personal opportunities will be drawn to you. You can become a better master manifester. You'll be like
Yeah.
a walking beacon of light. And who doesn't want to shine? So embrace self empowerment. You'll
Yeah.
feel like a rock star. You'll inspire others. You might just find that life is one big, hilarious, empowering adventure. And if anyone should ask you, just tell them I'm over here embracing my inner superhero while sparkling in confident life, one laugh at a time. Right? That's what you tell them.
I love that. You need a book on that one, superhero. I like that. I can't wait to get to your book. She has humor like you would not believe, and you would just enjoy everything she has to offer. But yeah, I like how you explain, instead of blaming it on something, being accountable. I think that is, and just loving yourself enough to have what you want. But
Right.
people get stuck with these old habits, or old thoughts. How can they just have to just replace it with the positive thoughts? You
Okay,
know?
this is a great example. Okay, I've put on some weight, a
Okay.
perimenopause, pausal, or whatever it is. It sucks. All right, I'm not happy about this. I was in the gym trying to work on my tummy the other day, and I went at the wrong time. I don't know
Oh,
if I just choose to go when the old people go. I mean, that's my kind of crowd. Every woman in there looked like they were on a Victoria's Secret runway. The outfits. I mean, if
oh,
it's like,
wow.
I can't believe they're wearing that. And it's like, well, if I look like that, I'd be wearing it too. I mean, it was ridiculous though. So I did a trick. It's the first time I've ever tried it. But you know how people say, oh, when you're nervous or you're scared or whatever, just picture the audience naked? Well, I'm too detailed oriented. And so, me picturing the audience naked, I would be completely distracted by what I was trying to do. And I'd be
Yeah.
like this, looking at you guys. Huh, not what you want. Instead, I thought everybody in here, this might sound a little egotistical, but I think it's so healthy. Everybody in here loves me. Everybody in here is seeing
That's really
how
good.
hard
Yeah.
I'm working, and it's not like these skinny little girls, they don't need to really be here, but they appreciate I'm inspiring them, that I'm here and I'm working out, and on top of it, they think I'm wonderful. So literally, nobody was looking at me. Nobody could care less. But the way I felt inside was like, it was
Yeah.
like I didn't even want to continue. I almost quit my workout right in the middle. Why would I do that to myself? I want everybody to hear me when I say this. Right now, with what we're saying, if you can adapt this into your life,
Yeah.
please do, because it is nothing but a blessing, and your
Yeah.
future self is counting on you today to make those choices. Your future self that has all of those dreams and wishes that you keep praying for and putting out in the universe, guess what? It's there. It's waiting for you. The only thing that's stopping it is you. Even though you might love yourself, feel confident, doing great in work, there is something that is lacking in your life. And the reason really begins with you. I'm not saying you're a bad person, you've done something wrong. Oh my gosh, no, I would never say that. I am just saying we are human and we are not always very nice to ourselves. Society does not help that. I mean,
Yeah.
we would sooner hear bad gossip about somebody than hear that they just won an award. It's like, really? They did what? And then it's like, oh, they won, the Pulitzer Prize for whatever. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's great. Didn't know they were smart, but it's like, we're human. That's our behavior. It's okay. But if we can change that within ourselves and literally keep focusing on the fact that your future self is dependent on this and depending on you to come full circle, man, you got life in the bag. Seriously, you really do. And it's a struggle. I still work on it every day. I mean, I'm not happy with my body right now. So what am I doing about it? I'm taking control of it. Talking
Yeah.
positive to myself. I'm telling myself that everybody in that gym's in love with me and my butt.
Uh, I
And we
really
gotta
love
do
this.
stuff to trick ourselves
Yeah,
because
I love it. I love it. It's flip the switch to a positive. You know, and
yeah,
I like that. You're flipping the switch to a positive about yourself. You're re-envisioning, no matter what you're feeling in that moment, you're shifting it. I
correct.
really like that. And you're being accountable and you're taking the reins back in your life. I like that. You know, you're creating it in a positive way. But you got, and I like how you just got to be aware of what you're saying to yourself, you know, and
Yeah.
then shift it, you know, flip the switch. I like that.
Like I was
Yeah, to a
telling you,
positive.
I have a very self-deprecating personality, which you will see in that book, which you'll show us
We're gonna be
later.
bringing it up. Your books are
Right.
amazing. Yeah,
But that book, it's kind of like you know, I can sometimes say things to myself. I mentioned this to you where I'll like just trip, okay? Like I'll trip over something, you know, no big deal. And I'll be like, oh, you're so stupid. You know, what an idiot. And that'll be the first thing I say. And it's like, I'm joking with myself. Do I really
yeah,
think that I'm stupid? But it doesn't matter. And that's what I
yeah,
was saying before. What
yes.
you say out loud scientifically affects you, literally down to your cells. It will
Mhm.
believe it. So if you keep telling yourself over and over again that you aren't capable of doing something or you aren't good enough or you're stupid, even in jest, your brain does not know that it's in jest. Literally, you are putting out negativity and you're telling yourself you're stupid. So
Yeah,
you literally have to be careful. It's not like I don't call myself stupid sometimes, but then I laugh and I get myself back and I'm like, yes, but I'm awesome and I'm this and I'm that. And you have to do that. I've had to do that. I've had some really hard things that I've had to get through in life, as we all do, some really hard challenges. And I've had to face myself and face
yeah,
the fact that maybe I wasn't doing something right. Not that I'm wrong, but I wasn't doing something right for myself. And if things aren't working, you need to go back to the drawing board and you
yeah,
need to reassess everything and do it a different way. Because if it's not working, so that's kind of what I've had to do. And that's where I realized how powerful it is. And at first you start, saying things to yourself and you're like, oh my God, that's so yeah, right. Like, and it's just like, just keep saying it. Just keep saying you can laugh your way through it. That's always good. You burn calories laughing, but you just need to laugh your way through it. And
wow,
but continue. And I guarantee you, if they start today, if you all start today, pay attention to how you react to yourself, how you talk to yourself. If you stub your toe, do you say, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid, or whatever scenario it is? Pay attention, be very conscious. I want to know how many of you literally talk negative and didn't even realize that your inner dialogue was not healthy. And then see what you can do in the next couple of days. Give yourself 3 days. Seriously, 3 days. Give yourself 3 days of constantly reminding yourself to be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself
yeah,
verbally, physically, emotionally. And I want to see on day 3 if it's become easier, because it becomes a habit. Everything we do becomes
yeah.
a
A
habit,
new habit. Yeah.
including all of these negative things that we say to ourselves. It's a habit. Let's break the habit.
I like what you're saying. It's like stop telling yourself lies and let
Right.
yourself shine. Let yourself shine.
Shine.
Shift it, flip that switch and let yourself shine. I mean,
Yeah.
we are intelligent, but we've been told for eons and times that we weren't. But it's
Right.
claiming your own power back and it's standing in your truth and not being swayed with everything happening around us, and it's everywhere. Being
It
true to
is.
yourself, being authentic,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and not being so mean to ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves.
Exactly. Yep. Stop
Society
telling
is
yourselves lies and really shine positive thoughts, which you truly are.
Yeah, and society is really hard on us.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
we're hard enough on ourselves, but, women are supposed to stay young and firm forever, and that's not gonna always happen, and, on uh, the way people judge their success makes me so
Yeah.
sad. I was judging my success by the amount of money I was making, and then
Yep.
I realized at the end of the day, if I was to die, would I say I'm really successful because I made such and such money, or am I really
Mm.
successful because I touched so many lives? And I realized
Mhm.
money wasn't what was driving me. Money wasn't what was important. But
Yep.
so many gauge their success by their relationship, their money in the bank,
Yep.
things that really, and that relationship, I mean, that's where we were talking about Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
I mean, Valentine's Day is really hard, especially when everybody starts feeling like a failure because they're single. Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong
Yeah.
with being single? I mean, it's not a failure. It doesn't mean
Yep.
that. And, I mean, let me tell you, there's a lot of fish in the sea, but the quality is very different than the quantity.
Yeah.
So, it's not always easy, but I just dealt with some people that were having such a hard time over Valentine's Day because they felt like such a failure. And the truth of the matter was, it had nothing to do with them or failing or whatever. So, what they needed to do was go back to themselves and think about what it is I want, what it is that I'm lacking, what it is I need. I mean, there's so much to that, but just quickly, it don't identify yourself by things and say I'm successful because I've got the right guy on my arm or because I got 1 million in the bank. These people aren't happy either. So, trust me.
Oh, this is really good. I love everything you're sharing with our audience, and it's so true. But what I like to do is because she's an amazing author and she does have humor, and she's going to explain a little bit. I'm going to bring up one of her books. And one of them is kind of big, so we'll kind of have to lean over. The other one's a little bit smaller, but we're going to bring up. You've talked about the pig, so we're going to
Yeah.
bring that one up. I'll lean on over a little bit. Come the other way. There you go. I can see you.
Okay.
Yay. Talk a little bit about how this book became this book. Is this
Okay.
you talked a little bit about it earlier about the pig, but
This
we'd like to know more. How did this happen? How did this book come to fruition?
this book makes me so happy.
Hmm.
Because I couldn't have kids and I got a pig instead,
Yeah.
I wanted Officer, that's his name, to be able to help mentor and still have some sort of an impact on children, even though I myself, may not be having that direct impact with my own
Mhm.
personal child. So I used Officer as a catalyst because he is a black pig. He is supposed to be a mini pig. He's a black hairy pig instead of your pink hairless pig that most people think of. He slobbers, his tongue always hangs out. He doesn't like hay. He's allergic to hay. So most of the time he would sleep in my bed. Nobody judge me, seriously. But he was just different. And so I wrote a book or he wrote a book for children about self
Ah,
acceptance and belonging because he didn't belong on the farm with the farmers sleeping in the hay in the barn. He wanted to explore and find out really somewhere that he belonged and could be himself.
mm,
That is what this book is about. It is written for kids, even though the illustration is absolutely adorable in here. I specifically wanted it to look a certain way, and I'm very happy with that. But it is for kids that are literally between the ages of like 7 and 12 to 8 to 12, something like that, because this is a book they can read on their own.
oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and I really wanted a book that someone could read on their own that had
Yeah.
great pictures and a great story because of the
Mhm.
fact that when I was little, I had a learning disability with reading and
Mhm.
I hated it. And I thought if I could ever write a children's book that was really cute and would engage somebody to read it, that would be a good thing. So I hope this book does that. But Officer is all about self-acceptance and just knowing and instinctively being okay with yourself and not changing. I mean, he even goes and meets Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse smells like cheese, and he's allergic to cheese, so he starts sneezing. I mean, it's an adorable book. It really is, and it's got a great lesson. So I'm really proud of that one.
How can people get a hold of your book? Are you on Amazon, your website?
It's on Amazon. It's at any major bookstore you can get it. So yeah, so that's the best places to get it. And of course, if I'm ever, you can always contact me and I can send you an autographed one.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring up the other book. I'm going to bring up the other one. There we go. This is the Black Sheep Tries Bleach. Can you explain this to us?
Okay, so this title actually comes from a poem I wrote when I was a teenager, and I had written basically it was me not accepting myself and me trying to be, you know, like everybody else, and so I could just be good and not, you know, a problem. But so I was the black sheep and I did everything, including tried bleach. So this is a book about kind of me and different stories that they're really quick reads. I like to call it a bathroom book. I know that sounds terrible to say that about your own book, but it's a bathroom book because it literally, you can take it to the bathroom, take it to the bathtub, and it's literally the pages, the stories are 2.5 pages long. They're quick reads. They're short stories. They're true stories. They are things that either you are so happy you can't relate to or so glad that you can. Like, oh my gosh, I absolutely remember this happening to me. You know, so it's just a fun, easy book, humorous book. So about life and how to kind of laugh your way through it.
Wow. How can they get a hold of this book? Is it the same thing that's in all the areas?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any bookseller, you can get it.
Wow. Can you let our audience know what you offer and how they can get a hold of you? I know you're a coach, a speaker, and so much more, and you're an author.
Yes, I am. Basically, if you are anyone that is just really wants to do some self-work and get further in life and get to those future goals, I'm helping those people. I'm a helper. I want to help you get to that next place. I know how to do it. I know how hard it's been. And it doesn't have to be anything tragic. It could just be like literally, I want to write a book, you know, help me. How do I do that? You know, and the process of you starting with yourself and looking inward and finding the stories. Anyways, it's just an example. I am literally working with people one-on-one right now. I still do speaking live, and I have a YouTube channel, The World According to Lee, Lee.
I like that.
You can also find me on all platforms of social media at The World According to Lee. And then you can go to my website, leevolpe.com, and you'll find everything you need to know there, including how to contact me.
We are so want to say thank you for being on our show. We are definitely going to have you back in the future with some newer topics. You've just been wonderful. And we just love what you had to share with our audience, and a lot of fun. And make sure you go to her website, but you can also get her information at www.sherrylord.com, and you can click on it and you can get right to her. We have a link there for her. And remember, you can get her books no matter where she is. And we just want to say thank you, Lee, for being on our show. And we want to thank all who are watching us in the audience. We hope this made your day. We hope in some way it helped you bring change. Blessings to all, and have a prosperous, abundant life and year.